Welcome everyone. Joseph Griffin here, the Tax Deed Wolf, and really quickly just want to welcome you to Quality Trade Group's first class credit. Okay, now what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to show you how you can actually take advantage of your credit score to where you are not worrying about getting approved for anything. All right, you want a new car, you want a new home, you want a new credit card, you want to start establishing business credit. We're going to show you how to do all of the above, okay, and more. So we want first class credit. You don't want to ever worry about credit, and you want to tap into some of the features that you get with that new credit score. All right. So before I even get started, I just want to dive right in and introduce myself. Actually, I don't want to be rude. So I mentioned my name is Joseph Griffin. I'm known as the Tax Deed Wolf. I show people how to purchase property for as little as $3,000. But before I even got really into that tax deed coaching or being a tax deed wolf mentor, I actually started out with credit repair. So I joined the army when I was in high school. A couple of deployments, went to Afghanistan, kind of been all over the world. Then I came back, joined the Florida National Guard, got my RN license. So I started working as a nurse full time. I was managing an ICU, and then I only had to report with the military, with the army on the weekends, right? One weekend a month to be exact. So was doing this, and then one day a business partner of mine, Mr. Malcolm McLeod, you see him over here on the right. I saw what he was doing in the community. He was speaking at schools. He was teaching kids about credit, and it was something that I knew nothing about back then. And I was like, man, whatever you're doing, I want to be a part of it. And the rest was history. We got together. We started, teaching the masses. We started coaching each other, helping each other. We started doing some really big things, and by the little before I knew it, 4 months later, my credit score was over 750. I had purchased like three homes, leveraging credit, and now today, less than a year after that, now we have nine properties. Just purchased a duplex in New Orleans, and now we're in the business credit aspect. So by having credit, you can get a lot of different things. And just to show you that I'm a product of what I preach. I don't like people that get online and just start talking about things that they've never done before. I have good credit. I have the American Express Gold. I have the American Express Business Platinum. So when I go to the airport, even there's a nice little lounge that I get to go in. Complimentary drinks. I have my own Wi-Fi there. Just a whole lot of perks. I get, points. I get cash back. I get free hotel stays. Just so many more things. Now, why did I want to do all this? Because my family. I was tired of working 12-hour shifts. I was tired of having a boss telling me what I wanted to do. I have two beautiful daughters here, Amelia and Davina, and my beautiful wife Dasley. I wanted to spend more time with them. My family needs me, right? I didn't want to be at work all the time. I wanted to really start learning and leveraging, the power of credit. I saw all these other rich people doing it, so I was like, why not? Why can't I do it? I'm smart enough, right? So how it's going today? Here's a picture of me in Puerto Rico, over here in Miami. This was the first rental car we actually purchased. We started a rental car business, putting cars on apps like Turo. Here's me with my my realtor friend Joel Piccolo. They actually have a show on HGTV and Netflix, Selling the Big Easy. Him and his sister, Brianna or Brittany Piccolo, excuse me. So we started doing these things that I never really thought that I would be doing, being retired at 29 and being a CEO of multiple six-figure businesses, having $1 million business. Never really thought we would be here, but it all started with credit, and it's super important. So I wanted to give you all this video for free because I'm going to be showing you how you can do some of these things today. You can start implementing some of these techniques today and potentially see 50 to 100 points, maybe more score changes. All right. So let me dive into it. Now, how is your credit score calculated? You have payment history. This is 35% and the largest portion of your score. All right. One negative item could cost you 20 to 120 points, depending on what else is on your score. Now, when I say credit score, think resume. Okay. This is your resume. Whenever you're going to get approved for something, think of some CEO, some boss sitting on the other side of the table that's really using your credit report as a resume. So you want money from them, they're going to want to know how you paid the other people back, right? Same with a job application. Oh, you want a job here? How did you perform at your other jobs? Oh, you want $100,000 from us? Let me see how well you did with those other loans. All right, it's a resume. So payment history is super important. I mean, would you loan money to someone that never paid anyone back? Right. So you got to think about that. So you really want to clear up your report. Okay, and we'll be talking about that in a sec. Now, amount owed and money owed. This is your credit utilization. All right, this is your line of credit and credit utilization. So this plays a large role because a lot of people don't have credit. Okay, and sometimes that can be just as worse as having bad credit. Right, bad credit we can clear that up, but not having any credit. Of course, we have things that we can do. We can get you, a credit card. We can get you added as an authorized user on someone else's account. There's a few things you can do, but by not having a credit card, essentially that's like taking 100 question test and turning in that test without answering 30 questions because that will equal 30%. That's an automatic 70%. So you need credit cards. All right. If you want good credit, it will behoove you to actually get a credit card. If you don't have a credit card, we can definitely help you with that. Regardless of what your credit score is, we can get you a secure credit card. All right. So your length of credit, your new credit inquiries, okay, types of credit. If you really want to get into the business credit line, there's a lot faster methods than what other people teach about getting net 30 accounts and all this and all that, right? So we have much more quicker methods by getting business credit, especially once we fix your personal credit. Okay, so that's big, and that should be good news to you. You can go from no business credit today to business credit tomorrow once you get your personal credit right. All right, so and also stay away from those consumer cards. You don't want the Kohl's card. You don't want cards that show that you're a spender. You want cards that show that like you're a business person, okay? Not a spender of merchant things like Kohl's. You really don't want that. If you have that, that's okay. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but when you're thinking about the bigger and better things, getting business credit, corporate credit, that's where you really don't want those. Okay. Now, if you have Credit Karma, yes, Credit Karma is not the most accurate. It's a Vantage score. It really doesn't mean anything when it comes to what lenders are going to be looking at, which is one of your FICO scores, right? But it is a good reference. Okay, it is a good reference. It's kind of like when you're in school, you get your quarterly reports or whatever. That's not actually your official report card, but it shows kind of where you are. It's kind of like that. Okay, so your payment history, you pull out Credit Karma, you click on one of your scores. You might have one score there. You should have two though. Some people have one. You're gonna click on the score and you're gonna scroll down and you're gonna see 6 credit factors. Now your payment history is at the top. That's the what I say. That's the largest portion of your score. Now what else goes into payment history is derogatory marks. Okay, that goes into payment history. Credit Karma separates them just so it's easier for you to like break them down and see. But these two blocks right here, payment history and derogatory marks, is all one. It's payment history, and that's 35%. So if you have any negative items, late payments, you have medical bills that you didn't pay that went to collections, those are derogatory marks. Typically, when accounts are open still, it's in the payment history area. But when they close them and they're charged off or go to collections, now it's a derogatory mark because it's old, it's a closed account. Okay. So fresh things tend to stay in the payment history. Old things that are closed, typically derogatory marks. Okay. Now, if you have these negative items, don't let that scare you. I had negative items too, and I literally had them cleared in under 3 months. Okay, and we can help you do that. Now, your credit card utilization, like I said, you want a credit card, but you don't want a credit card that's maxed out. Okay, you want your utilization. They will tell you under 30%, but I'm gonna tell you under 10%. Okay, so when you get a credit card, you always want to pay off typically the entire balance if you can at each payment period. Okay, that's how charge cards work. You want to pay off that entire balance. Now you have revolving accounts where you can have a balance that carries over month after month. That's going to help the credit card make money off you because you're paying interest, right? But you want to keep them under 10%. That's going to get you an A in that category. Okay, all your credit cards under 10%. Now, the tip that I'm going to give you today is if you know someone that has good credit. I always get couples, married couples. Oh, my husband's credit's great, but mine sucks. Okay, have your husband add you onto his credit card as an authorized user. He doesn't have to give you a physical credit card to spend. It's pretty much just saying that, hey, I trust this person with this much amount of money that's on this credit card. All right. That's going to show up on your credit report as well. Okay. So if you have bad credit, but you are really close with someone that has good credit, you may refer to, you hear this referred to as trade lines, right? That's a trade line. Have them add you as an authorized user. That's tip number one. You could see some great score changes. I did that with my wife. Her score was like 500 something, and now her score is like 730 because I added her on a couple of my credit cards and start helping her build credit. And then once her credit was up, then we got her approved for her own credit cards. Okay, so that, wow, voila, right? That was super simple. That was super quick. Okay, now the derogatory marks in the payment history, we can clear those for you. And I'm going to show you exactly how in a sec. Now, your age of credit history, this is the average. Okay, this is the average of all your accounts. So be careful about how many new accounts you're opening up. You don't want to just keep opening up a new account every year. That's going to bring your average down. You don't want to keep opening up new accounts. You want to open an account and establish some dominance. What I say, this is a resume. If you're jumping job to job every month, what are they gonna say when you go to get hired at a new job? Like, whoa, you haven't stayed at one job long enough, right? So don't be jumping jobs. Don't be just getting new lines of credit. They don't like that. They typically think you're going through one of the terrible D's. You got too many inquiries, death, divorce. Like you really need the money. That's what they're gonna think. Okay. Now total accounts, you want over 12 accounts because you want someone that's experienced, right? You showed me that you paid 12 other people off. I'm gonna trust you way more than if you've only paid one person back. Okay, this is your resume. Inquiries. Like I just said, you don't want too many inquiries. You don't want too many accounts. It's looking like you're going through something. No, we don't want to loan you money if you're just trying to hurry up and get money to get through something because you're not gonna pay us back, just like you're not paying everybody else back. Okay, so be mindful of that. Let's talk about how we're actually going to build your score. So first off, try those techniques that I just showed you earlier in this video. But if those techniques don't work for you or you don't have access to things such as authorized user, then now we're going to get down into the nitty gritty. Okay, we are going to be able to help you with budgeting, credit restoration, right? Credit builder, credit attorney, credit monitoring. You can literally update your score every day, and it's actually going to be your real score. It won't be a Vantage score like Credit Karma. We're coming up with debt payoff plans for you, financial lockbox, identity monitoring. You can keep up with your net worth, savings goals, will and trust. Like literally, there's so many things that we're going to be able to help you with, and you actually get your own login and password, and you can do these things yourself. Now, I mentioned the credit monitoring. You're actually going to be able to keep up with all your scores, not just your credit score, your auto score, insurance score, employment risk. You can update that daily, like I said. So actually, documentation beats conversation. So let me stop sharing my screen for a minute so I can actually pull up my account for you. So bam, here it is. You'll have a nice little roadmap here. You can get started, and you don't even have to worry about the months. This program was designed to be about 10 months to a year to 12, right? To 1 year. But you can go ahead and get started and knock out everything all in the same day if you want to. Okay, like we have identity protection. It's literally the simple click of a button. Create the account. You can start your credit monitoring, your credit restoration. All this is going to be right here. Now you'll also be getting access to Rocket Lawyer. A lot of people are already familiar with that, but you can get consultations with them. You can get the legal documents from them, even quitclaim deeds. This is something that I use and I teach about how to sell property. Will and trust, like you can do so many things with Rocket Lawyer, and you're gonna have access to that in your membership. And yo, this program is literally less than $200. Okay, so I will provide the link to that underneath this video. But if you want your credit score fixed, don't wait till 2022. This is something that you want to start now. Start budgeting. Okay, you have the credit restoration here. Our restoration process. Now, the score here is going to be your beginning score. We want you to know where you started. This is around where I started. Um, we and it stays there, so you have a reference to where you were before you got with us, right? Now the letters here, look, it says your letters are available for download. We're going to be disputing all the negative items on your report all at once, and we literally make the letters for you, and we're going to send them to you. All you have to do is sign them, verify your identity, and send them to the credit bureaus, and now you have a company that's taking responsibility for everything. You won't have to worry about getting sued from some of these collectors, right? This happens when people try to dispute on their own, but with this, you'll have a credit attorney, okay, that will be backing you. Now, the Credit Builder app. This is where you can kind of get more knowledge and start learning the, the basic tools of credit. These are things that we teach in schools and stuff like that. The credit monitoring, I just showed you that you can update this daily. We also have credit builder within this. There's an AI system that's going to be telling you step by step what you can do to actually improve your credit score. For instance, if you have a certain card, it's going to say, hey, pay this much on that card and see 100-point score increase or something like that, right? So it's a pretty awesome tool. You have your debt payoff, financial logbox. You can upload important documents up here, and it's password protected. So it's pretty cool. You don't have to worry about losing documents anymore. Identity monitoring. Okay, Privacy Armor. That's the number one identity protection company in the country. So even when I went to buy like my last car, they were blowing me up. Hey, was this you? Was this you? So they work pretty well, and I got to see that. Life insurance. This is something that you get as an agent. If you wanted to make some money with us, we could talk about that more. If you want to make money with us, just hey, hit my DM. Say hey, I want to make money with y'all. You get life insurance, $100,000 life insurance. Now, for clients, you can keep up with your net worth, savings goals. You can do your own will and trust in here. Part of your membership goes into this YFL program, which helps us get into schools and actually teach this program. We have a curriculum where we're actually teaching kids this stuff because we didn't learn it growing up, but we wanted to change that, right? So now we have the opportunity to give back to the community, okay? Now, if you have any questions, I'm going to leave the links underneath this video, but go ahead and subscribe. Pass this video on to your family, your friends. You want to start establishing generational wealth, okay? No more excuses. 2022 is right around the corner, but you are not going to wait. You're not going to be a procrastinator anymore, okay? That ends today. Today's the only day you have. Yesterday is the past, and tomorrow's not even promised, okay? Don't be a tomorrow person, be a today person. If you have any questions, reach out to me in my inbox right now. I'll be putting the links right underneath this video. But y'all be blessed and have a productive day.